Hello everyone and welcome to 4KB Shorts Bargain Bin with Weird Worlds Return to Infinite Space. This is a roguelike title, and I do apologize for the frame rate, I really do, but this is the only recording software that I have that will record this without random audio cutouts. This is the same problem I had with FTL, and I haven't been able to fix it. And so unfortunately we are going to have to deal with a really slow frame rate, and I do apologize for that. But I will tell you that the game runs very smoothly when you're not recording. I promise, I swear. But let's go ahead and start. And while we start, I'm going to talk about this. Now, this is not... I was hoping this game would be a lot like Prospector, and if you've never heard of Prospector, go check out Jeff Major's Let's Play of Prospector. Super fun looking game, very roguelike, very hard. Not my thing, really, unfortunately, but I found this, which I was hoping was very similar. Unfortunately, I'm slightly disappointed in that regards, but I will tell you that the game is fun enough to purchase. It is fun enough to purchase and play, if you want to drop the money on it. So you have 3 ships to start with. These are the only 3 ships you get. I have been practicing or playing with the pirate ship. And then you get to select the length of your game. Now, all this does is set how long your game is if you survive. So you have small as 10 years, 20 years as medium, and 30 years as large. That also changes the map size to small, medium, and large. And what the point of this is you, in this case, you're a pirate. And as a pirate, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fly out to wherever. And then what you do is you grab everything you possibly can, and then head back before your time is up, and you retire. It's interesting, but unfortunately it doesn't lend itself for long, like, let's play, so it's going to become a bargain bin. So we're just going to select this center ship here, because that's the one I've been playing. We can change the name of the captain and the starship, but there's really no reason to right now for the bargain bin. You can say less nebulas. Nebulas are places where it's like dark space and it's hard to fly through, and if you fly through them, it takes longer to get through them, unless you have a special engine, and so therefore it's best to have them at less, but we'll keep it at normal. But we'll also do a small map because it's going to be a short game. Tutorial mode is disabled. Enemy strength, less, normal, and more. And I can tell you that normal, a one-on-one ship battle, you're going to die. You are going to die one-on-one. 2-on-1, you're still going to die. I think it takes either 3 or 4-on-1 or higher to actually defeat a single enemy. I swear. That's how hard this is in the battle section. So we're going to go ahead and start. So here's the story. I will let you guys pause and read it. I'm not going to. I've read it like 4 times. Alright, now when you start the game, this is what you see. Oh, and I want to give you guys a heads up with the menu here. You can move the menu. See? You can move the menu. And it's kind of cool. You can move this around, but as you notice, you can't push it off screen. But one of the things you can do is when you start the game, you can select how big these are. You can do normal size or large. And if it starts with this top bit outside the screen, you lose. I mean, you don't lose, but you can't move it. And so it's stuck there. Since I'm not worried about sound so much, the interface, we'll just go over the interface. You have play to go normal speed, fast forward to go fast if you're flying through a nebula and it's taking forever. You have your ratio of deep space to nebula, which is great. You have your ship, and this is your ship. These are your components. So you have weapons components, extra components, and engine components. These are thrusters for in-battle windows, and then thrusters for your fusion drive for flying through space. So you can get faster fusion drives and things like that. Each one has a pop-up. Now what the pop-up gives you, pardon me, the pop-up gives you is a picture, a description, how much it's worth, and the general name. And what you can do is you can take an item from here. We don't have anything like in our cargo hold, but you can take an item from here, drop it in here, and you get credit based on what they think it's worth over here, and then you can move these items over. So these are all weapons. And so I could sell a weapon and buy a weapon. So I can take this and drop it here. And that gives me 1 credit. And 1 credit means I can buy any one of these. Well, not these 2. These take 2 credits. So I could buy this. I could buy a laser beam. So we'll just put that. Blink. Now if I didn't want to equip that, if I had 2 equipped, but I found a laser beam, I can put it in my cargo hold. And your cargo hold can hold like 8 items, I think. And that's that. Now if you have more than 1 ship, you can go here, and you can set up where your ships go, you know, in a battle, like your formation. Nothing special. And then you can see your firing arcs by clicking here. And so we only have the 2 weapons in front. Those are our firing arcs. So that means if anyone gets behind us, we're going to get shot in the ass. Okay, so it gives you your captain's name, the date. It gives you a description of where you're at, and then a special description down here if there happens to be one. So hope is where we start. You have a retire button here, and believe it or not, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go out here into the universe, and we'll close this. So it gives us the whole universe map. Now this is small, and when they say small, this is it. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fly out here into the universe, and before this timer ends, you have to come back and retire. And that's the whole of the game. That's it. So we'll just go ahead and do that, I suppose. We may die. We may die. If you go into one of these where it's like Limbo and Devil's Gear, I think that's how you pronounce it, you view it to view it. So a black hole is a region of deep space where the gravitational pull is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape it. Yeah. Now, the problem with that is I've flown into one of those just to check it out. You die instantly. You fly into there and you spin around in circles and you're dead. Yeah, it's no good. So you avoid flying through them. Like if we're at Ire, we don't go to Clark from Ire. That's you're dead. You can probably fly to Jacinth into Celeste, but it really depends. So you have other ones like this, like Nurgle. Nurgle is a binary star system. Is 2 stars locked in orbit around a common center of mass. Note that 1 star in the system is a rare neutron star. So you get little things like that, but nothing super special. So we're here at Glory, and so our main purpose is to fly away from Glory, and then come back for Glory. So we're going to fly to Ember. Now what this tells you is it gives you your light years, number of light years and days to travel. But if you look at this, this is a nebula. So it takes 126 days to travel to Karn, and we can't, yeah, here we go, 231 days to travel to Shard, and 301 days to travel to Nergal. There's really no place I can show you the difference because we only have nebula up near the top. But basically flying through a nebula takes like 3 times as much time. So what we'll do is we'll go to Tranquil because that takes up a very large section of map, and that really doesn't mean anything, but we'll go there. And so you just fly to a place. So what do we got? We got Frond. Jungle worlds have thick atmosphere and boast vast land masses, mostly made up of bayous, dense woodlands, and verdant rainforest. You can also change the name of the planet if you want to, but I never do. There's really no reason to. The game isn't long enough to do that. And then you have Rogue Freebooter. Freebooters are Terran space pirates, ruthless corsairs who acquire saleable booty through less than scrupulous means. Often freebooters will act as escorts for a price, as this one has. Now what that means is if we have an item, which we don't, because in order to hire one of these guys, you have to pay them with an item. So this mercenary requires payment. Choose an item from your cargo hold and drop it here. So you can drop an item there and hire a ship to come with you. And it only takes the 1 payment. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to pay with. That and the fact that taking more ships with you probably is not going to help you in a fight. Hasn't helped me, hasn't helped me to this day. So let's go to Karn really quick. Alright, so we have Rohan. Grassland planets are the perfect habitat for life. Temperate climates, vast plains of grass, hardwood forests, freshwater lakes, and fertile river deltas. A perplexing event has happened on board the Moon Shadow. All of the towels have gone missing. After a fruitless search and inquiry is held, one crew member claims to have seen Esmeralda recently. Who Esmeralda is, I don't know. There's nothing you can do with it. It's just a special event. I really hope or wish, I hope this game isn't complete. Because if it is, it feels very incomplete. But I wish it would make this game 10 times more awesome if you could finally land on a planet, like a Rohan type planet, and like explore like you can in Prospector, which was what I was hoping for as a Prospector type game. But unfortunately, you can't. So then we just go to Ember, and this is how you play the game. This is what you do. So this is Occupied. It's got 1 ship and 4 tiny ships. Unknown, because we've never talked to an alien before. So we will engage, and engage doesn't mean combat. Engage just means interact. So with a Zorg, first contact, a diminutive biped with an oversized hairless head, physically weak, Zorg possess bizarre mental capabilities. A helmsman can fold space by rubbing its head with a charged iridium cranial wax. The wax must flow. We ration our enthusiasm on this occasion of our meeting, and we encourage you to change course and leave this star system at once. So basically they're telling me to GTFO. If I stay, we go into combat. If I leave, we may still go into combat. It's happened before. But we'll actually go to the nearest friendly star system, which will be Glory. But we're going to leave because we're going to avoid combat for a little while. So there. Now we're back here at Glory, but we haven't gotten anything. So we're going to go to Ire next. Now we can go back there. If we hire that mercenary, we can go back there and try to kick their butts. So it looks like there's another ship here, 1 big one and 6 little ones. We're going to engage. The Muktian, a highly intelligent yellow slug-like being. Muktians usually spend their long lives deep underground. The Explorer cast have returned to the surface and recently developed space travel. Warning, you have entered Muktian space and are in violation of our legal claim to the star system. Desist and return to your point of origin, or we will be forced to protect our property with vigor. Okay, we will leave. Again, that'll take us to Karn. So, unfortunately, we would have to go back to, well, yeah, we'll go back to Trianguli. We're not going to hire anybody, so Fran, Trianguli, we'll close that. And then we'll head up to Nergal. And hopefully we don't have a problem here. Because I'm just trying to avoid the nebula. So occupied, of course. One big ship. Engage. Uh-oh. Ah, this is cool. So we have a derelict vessel with no data. So this is the in-ship screen. Everything you do in regular time is here. Whether you're fighting a ship or going after a derelict ship. And to do that, all you do is you just click. And your ship will auto-fire if you get close enough to a hostile. So you don't actually have to click on the ship. But because this is a derelict vessel and it's not going to attack us, we can just click on the ship, and that gives it an automatic order, which is board. And I think if you click and hold, see, we have turn. So we can turn, that's like our special, yeah, and we can stop. So if you click and hold on your ship, you can give special orders, but all we can really do is just stop or turn in certain directions. If you hit retreat all will take you back out to the map. We can stop, retreat. Sometimes if you have like a cloaking shield, you can have cloaking up here. And since it takes forever to get to where you're going, you can fast forward if you want to. So if you have ship battles that are just taking forever for you to get to your enemy and you want to kick his butt right now, you can go ahead and just hit fast forward. So we're not really worried about... Uh-oh! Derelict ship does not derelict! Open fire! Ah! We may not survive! Oh no! Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. So the derelict ship was not derelict. And we did not survive that fight. Boom. So it was a trap. So during a valiant space combat engagement, the Moon Shadow is overwhelmed and utterly destroyed. Your career as an adventurer among the weird worlds and infinite space is at an end. Your adventure score is negative 967. Aww. And there you go. So we have all these ships that I played. This one, Captain Hammer. I didn't do that. That was a random name. So Captain Hammer, a negative 2,000 points. That was me crashing into a black hole. And then we have a large one. I only ran one large one, and that one was an actual Let's Play attempt, and I lost audio halfway through it. So there's the game, but because I want to show you guys what it's like to get through a whole game, we're going to try to avoid combat, I think, and we'll go with a Terran frigate just to change it up a little bit. And I haven't read this. I'm not going to because I don't think it changes anything. Like, it changes the reason you're out there stealing stuff, but I don't think it actually changes what you do out there. Yeah, so right here, your primary directive is to make first contact, seek out alien spacefaring races to determine whether they are peaceful or represent a threat to hope, our precious homeworld colony. Your secondary goal is to obtain any technologies, artifacts, or information which may be useful in military purposes. Yeah, so that's really all you ever do. So here we are at Hope. Nothing really big to do here. We can check out our ship, as I've never flown one of these. So we have some better guns, so we're more warlike, more like a Klingon ship here. We can close this because we don't need it anymore. Ooh, we got some nebula. Ooh, okay, so this is what it's like on a nebulous map. So once again, randomly generated map. We have Envy, we have Ajax, we have Aquile, I guess. We'll go to Ajax first. I like to go left. So here's when you find something. So this thing's worth 5 stars. It is a signature projector. Projects a duplicate starship energy ghost at a pre-selected point in space, confounding even the most advanced weapon systems. And then we have the planet Necros. Dead planetoids are most often small, very cold, airless, and sterile. Life as we conceive it to be cannot exist on worlds so barren and forlorn. And what we do is we just take this like this because we found it, and it turns round because it's a cloaking device. It's a regular. It's a support item. And we just plop it there. Done. So now we have that if we need it, and then we close this, and we come back. So we have 192 days to Aquile. There's really no reason to view it unless you've never seen what that type of space is. So we have 2 ships, we'll engage. Zorg, so we already know what the Zorg are, and then they would rather have us leave. So we will leave, and that will take us back to Ajax, which is great. 269 days, I think that means we pass through the nebula. So we will go to Brand first, and then we'll go to, oh no, Envy's in a nebula, that's why, okay. Occupied. 1 ship. Engage. Klakar! The noble Klakar race of avians seek trade, not war. As the custodians of interstellar commerce, they purvey goods so many races throughout the galaxy, as they have for thousands of generations. We, the Exalted Clickar, wish to parley with your humble race. We offer worthy goods and services and trade for technology, artifacts, and life forms. To summon us at any time, utilize a trig beacon. So you'll find one of these every once in a while, and what it does is it brings up this. And unlike when you traded a planet where you have to trade an item for another item, now we don't have anything in our cargo hold, I don't think. Yeah, just this. So what you do is you use this, it's a beacon. A Curidum spheroid which rests in a lead-lined cup. It is considered to be a necessity for spacefarers. When activated, it summons the Exalted Clickar race of avians with a powerful hyperwave beacon. So basically it just brings this trade ship. And what you can do is if you have an item to trade, which we kind of do in our ship, you can just trade it for anything in here. So if you have like a one star item or a 1 coin item, you can trade it for like a 3 or a 4. So unlike when you're at a planet where you have to trade, you know, you have to build up credit, these guys will just give you something awesome for something mundane. And these are kind of awesome. Let's see, we got Hyperform Injector, that's a jet propulsion thing. Here's an engine, I know this is an engine. So a ship with this type of star drive moves at 16 times the speed of light. Now, the one we have on hand lets us move at 12, I believe. Oop, 12, right? A ship with this type of star drive, yeah, 12 speed. So this is only worth 2, but what we can do is we can kind of cheat them. Boink. Instant transfer of goods. No questions asked. So now we can move faster, which is great. Let's see, what else do we have? Do they have anything we can use, like engine-wise? Multi-missile launcher. We can use that, and it's a 5. An advanced long-range guided tactical missile that delivers multiple 1 kiloton hydrogen fusion warheads. And what are we currently? Fission missile rack, which is a 2. A medium-range guided tactical missile that delivers a 5 kiloton plutonium fission explosion on impact. Well, we'll trade up. Why not? We may never use it. Well, we might, but look at that. We now have a more expensive item. It might not be worth anything, but we have it, right? So there are 2 round objects we can trade for. So you can trade 1 to 1 if you want, or you can trade out anything. Like I can trade out this cloaking device for hydrogen drive or golden gnat or any of these things. And you can select them and see what they look like and what they are, but I'm not really caring. So we found a hyperdrive. A ship with this special type of star drive can teleport to any star system in the sector. It also requires nearly 2 months to recharge. So this is a one-off. This is awesome, because what this does is we'll keep this. Now what that will let us do is, it's nice that we found that. What that'll let us do is if we're way up here and we only have a couple of days left and we can't get back because being overdue costs you money or score at the end of the game, if we end up here and we're stuck at the end of the game, we can just teleport, bloop, and be done. So we may try that. So we'll go to Acheron. Hyperborea. That's what they used to call Iceland. That's what the Vikings called Iceland, was Hyperborea. So it's a frozen world, and once again we have a freebooter. Do we have any cargo we can trade? Well, we have this, but I don't want to give it to them. That's mine, so we're not going to hire them. Bye-bye. We will go to Pearl, though. Occupied. Lots of ships. We will engage and see who they are. Garthon, a large carnivorous cold-blooded lizardoid, physically very strong and tough, but somewhat slow. As warriors and slave lords, they demonstrate their violent tendencies with a religious fervor. You are seen, soft and fat you are and weak, prepared to battle. We destroy your ship and feast on your hollow bones. If not, we decide, and then you are slaves. Okay, so they're coming to kill us, and what we're just going to do is we're going to haul ass out of here as quickly as possible. I don't feel like getting into a fight with them. So we can retreat, and that takes us back to Acheron. So Acheron is a quark star. That's cool. You can read that stuff if you're really interested. I was really interested, but there's not enough data for me to be like, ooh, great, wonderful. So we have some more ships here. What do we got? We ration our enthusiasm. Leave, I suppose. Ooh, this is going to be hard, because now we're at 2,000 days, but both of the places we would use to get over there are taken. So let's... Oh, no, they're not. Yeah, we can go here. And this will take us, how many days? 249. So, yeah, you don't have to go 1-to-1 like you would in FTL. You can fly straight to a star if you want to. Cerealia. Marine worlds possess aquatic environments, lesser continents, K-islands, and vast coral reefs teeming with all manner of life forms. Jumbo shrimp. A multi-legged crustacean that is so gigantic it is nearly impossible to take a picture of the whole thing. It is impractical to capture, of course. It won't fit in the cargo hold anyway. Wow. So, we found something, but we can't take it with us. But we have Medusa and Bryn. So we will go to Medusa. It's 175 days, not very long. It's occupied by a Garthon. We will avoid the Garthon. They probably want to shoot at us. So, outstanding captain, you have reached the halfway point of the mission. We hope your tour of duty has been challenging thus far. Convey our best wishes to all aboard. Such bravery is commendable. Brass out. So that tells you that you've made it to halfway through whatever your game length is, whether it be 30 years, 20 years, 10 years. Uh-oh. Nova, this star is unstable. In 1 month it will become over 100 times brighter. At that time an enormous thermonuclear explosion will occur which will utterly destroy the Bryn system. I guess that means GTFO, huh? Well, that leaves very little places left to go, so... Whoa! We got out of there just in time. So, Sanctuary, Grasslands, Perplexing Event, so we got the towel thing again. So if you notice, you get a lot of events that are the same. Very few events are different, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. We have a trader, Kree Ark. The Kree Ark is a temperate planet which, like Hope, is the homeworld of the exalted Klakar, a proud and ancient avian race of spacefaring traders. Now, in this case, unlike the Klakar ship, we can't trade one-to-one. We can't trade one item for another. We actually have to trade expensive items for expensive items. So we have a graviton implosion drive. A ship with this type of star drive moves at 20 times the speed of light. Wow, 20 times the speed of light. Oops. And then a ship with this type of star drive moves at 10 times the speed of light through empty space, but twice as fast inside a nebula. So we move slightly slower, but it actually works better in nebula. I wonder if we can trade for that. Let's see how much credit this gives us. And you don't have to worry about losing your item. If you put it in there, you can pull it right back out. So that only gives us a 1, unfortunately, and that means we can't... Oh, and maybe it can. Oh, that's weird. So we can buy this item. So we will buy this item, because we're going to have to fly through some nebula. So yeah. Oh, no, this is your engine ability. Okay, so we have deep space is like half, and nebula is now awesome. Cool. So I guess this is 1-to-1. It said it gives you credit, but apparently credit just means one item for one item rather than credit like the other way, which is, you know, useful. So I guess that means we'll go to Theta. That gives us 1,300 days left. So we're going to move slightly slower, but we'll move super fast through nebula. So just watch. Zoom! In 2 years, your mission will be complete. We advise you to prepare for your return, not only to assure success and a maximum profit for you and your crew. Brass out. Yes, I know. So it's occupied by a lot of ships. We will engage. Urlukwa. The Urlukwa are large, luminescent, hemispherical floaters who feed on fear and death. Physically weak, they are natural space navigators due to their aquatic heritage. And I think we're about to get into a fight. No harm is meant. We wish to commune with you and share colors, music, and peace in the galaxy. Our way is kindness. Do not fear us, formidable ones. Let us embrace. No. We not embrace. We retreat. Let's GTFO, friend. I don't trust you. We are surrounded. Yeah, we're gonna go. Whoa, Bryn is exploding. Apparently that is a very bad thing. Okay, we will go to Terraria. We have 387 days left. It takes 239 to get here. Oh yeah, so that explosion is expanding. I wonder if that's bad for us before it dissipates. Torg. Oh, a Torg wants to be hired. Okay, no, we're okay, Torg. And have we explored basically everything? Yeah, except for Envy. We've explored basically everything. How long to get to Envy? 353, so that'll make us overdue. So what we can do, how long to get to Glory? 502 days. Uh-oh. Well, what we will do is this. Boink. And then this will take us 2 days. Meow. Zoop. Awesome. Alright, now what we do here, what we can do here, is we just retire. And that's it. Done. Do you wish to end your game? Yes, we do. So, you arrive at Haven Station in orbit around Hope. Major Brass and his staff greet you with cheers. The Space Bureau Administrator tallies costs versus profits of your voyage. The Administrator nods, Brass breathes a sigh of relief, and hands you a cred chip. Your compensation is 3760 Starbucks, i.e. that's your score. Grateful, you accept your mission pay and assume a new lifestyle as a zero-G asteroid miner, a position more appropriate to your experience, status, and wealth. Thus ends your strange adventure among the weird worlds of infinite space. So it gives you your mission breakdown, ships, score, exploration score, diplomacy score, technology, initial cost, and total. So there's the game. That is the whole of the game. You have the random maps of differing sizes. You do have a lot of different random items you can get, a lot of random stuff. I didn't show space combat really because at this slow frame rate it's hard enough, and as you noticed, the one time we did get attacked by that ship that was, you know, weak and broken, we got owned within like 3 or 4 seconds. That happens a lot. So if you like rogue titles, honestly, if you love rogue titles that make it super hard to like battle and fight, that's great. But unfortunately the game itself doesn't offer a lot of content for more than just 1 or 2 quick games every once in a while. That I find really sad, unfortunately, because the title, the name, it was all super interesting. The trailer, everything. I was like, wow, that's really interesting. The top-down combat, like SPAZ, Space Pirates and Zombies. Space Pirates and Zombies, super awesome space combat. Prospector, super awesome, land grab stuff. This I was hoping would be like a mashup of the two, but unfortunately it did fall short. So super cute game, available on Steam. Pick it up if you have some extra cash, but I would say if you're looking for something spaceflight and fun, go check out Prospector for a roguelike title, and go check out SPAZ for a space combat title. Those are my options. Or FTL if you're looking for some kind of mashup without the clicking to fly through places. So once again, I would like to thank you all for joining me for Kilobyte Short on this bargain bin of Weird Worlds Journey to Infinite Space. And I will see you guys next game.